something coming through about studying human behaviour and people looking at me a little bit like I'm stupid, because I just observe and sit back, and I mean, I chat my stuff on here, but I don't necessarily put my opinions out here publicly. In conversation, in passing, I share certain things, but I don't believe my truth is going to be everybody's truth or my belief systems, especially being in a country that I wasn't born in. So, you know, as a lot of us claim our light, as we find our gifts, as we move into the purpose, the calling, the mission that we've been designed for, human design, gene keys, lots of stuff that's coming through about Myers-Briggs, learning character, quality traits, positioning, I don't know what's coming through, in ourselves. Not that we need all these tests, but some of us do have different types of brains, and so that's how the information lands in our head, is, gene keys. The free profile unknown helped me a little bit, and a whole variety of other things, really. I don't subscribe to, I've never done the culty thing. I think there's just so much, there's also a lot of shit, but there's so many amazing different types of learnings and teachings out there, because there's been so many people that have lived on the planet, and many with good intention, obviously, again, a lot with not, as we're seeing unravel now. This started off really differently, but I've taken a long time, and I think it doesn't necessarily come through trauma, but everybody calls this thing now trauma-informed coach or whatever. Ultimately, like, all of us have been through trauma, because it's traumatic being pushed out of a vagina to come into a world that we may never have lived before on, or just died from a previous life. That's if we believe in past lives. And I can only talk from my lived experiences, but my learnings have not only come from that weirdo traumatic experience. They've come from a lot of build-up of just self-observation, things that I wanted to evolve and grow, because things were not aligning for me in ways that I'd envisioned or dreamed or had visions of. And I was sensitive to energies around me and didn't know, and I was being pulled off a path. No blame. I did not know myself. I did not know how sensitive I am to energy. And so having learnt about human psychology, having observed behaviours, that's why really words to me right now are just such a load of fluff, because people's words and actions really don't align a lot of the time. But as we come into this calling and mission of ours, or full true alignment, our energy is really impactful. And it can take others by surprise. It can take them off guard, catch them off guard, I think they said. And it can lead to, well, the ways that in which I've worked before is a couple of people recently said they've had big heart chakra unblockages. So I know the power of the energy because of what I've healed in myself, and we can only radiate that out once we heal it in ourselves. And I mean, as I said on recent videos, I can't do the interaction every day anymore. With what I'm learning in the unseen and the non-verbal realms, is that it requires quiet, solitude, slow, steady stillness at times. And so, jump into another person's emergency, and I'm not talking about life and death, but because we trust that we'll be there as loyal people, loyal friends, that we'll be there for people if that's needed. But in terms of someone's non-emergency, emergency, like they can't make that ours, and we can't be available for others all the time. It's not healthy, and I'm not codependent. I was in some ways. I've always been independent to travel on my own and do, lead my life. And I think when I'm in a relationship, I really do give a lot and want to cultivate. And before, probably overgave and lost myself. Although I don't think anyone's really ever lost, so it's a bit of a shit thing to say, because I don't think people are lost. There are lost souls once they depart this realm, but anyway, that's a whole other thing. I just think the light gets dimmed, and so we end up getting confused and a little bit like, pulled into stuff. But the main message, if there ever is one, 606, is guarding our energy now is really important. Like, the magnetism of what happens when we heal ourselves draws really funny energy. And I don't do codependency, I don't do addiction, and I know what addictive behaviour is. Like, I observe it, and it's not a judgment to people, because addicts aren't bad people. This is just habits that one decides to cultivate over time, because it is a choice. We are the only ones that make that choice for ourselves. And so when I say this, it's observation. It's not a judgment about anyone being a bad person who's got an addiction, because clearly it's come from a place where things have fucking hurt us. And so I know I've been through periods of dependency, I guess. I guess codependency is also being dependent on a substance or a substance. God, this energy is fucking bonkers. To be in my brain sometimes is quite annoying, but beautiful at the same time, because I don't judge myself. But I don't know if they just say put it out. They just say be me. It's just when this is like a intense energetic spike, and so I've observed over the past probably 4 years out of 5 that I've been on this massive change, is learning when I get like a bit jittery and can't really get my words out. There's this stuff going on in the collective consciousness that I just just pulled in thousands of different ways. But that's why focus is really important now. Grounding, knowing ourselves, not being codependent, because it's strong. Energy is strong, and some of the strong souls can pull on our energy and want to take and want to steal from us, and that's not healthy. I willingly share my love and my gifts to the point where it doesn't deplete me, and that is on my terms. Like, we have to set the boundaries high, and I only set my boundaries high. And that nice J.I. John quote about, it doesn't need to be an electric fence, but it's still got dogs around it. Like, because of what I've experienced about being too nice, too kind, too open. Like, my love's open, it's available to the world. I put it into the world every single minute of every day. Whether another human being sees that, I don't need anybody else's validation to know what I'm putting out into the world right now. And also I feel when people are pulling on my energy, and I just won't have it. I don't like it. I don't want anybody needing me or wanting me. It's lovely to be considered good company and considered as a master of what one does. I say master when mastering, a specialist or a positive contributor to a collective, to a community. But no, like, codependency is not for me. I don't want any dependencies or attachments. We want connections. Attachments are unhealthy. Connections are positively aligned for our higher self. And they can be connections to people, places, things. So I think that's what I was meant to get out. 1, 2, 3 on the clock, and over and out.